Hey y'all, what is up? What it do? How are you? It's your girl Jazzy and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you haven't already, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you can get notifications when I post new videos. Cause we growing and growing with me, right? Right. So go ahead and do that. If you've already subscribed, I just want to say thank you, boo. I appreciate you from the bottom of my heart, all up in this heart of mine. Y'all the real ones. Y'all the real ones for subscribing, for even wanting to be invested in what I got going on. I appreciate y'all so much. This video, I just thought that I would just do a video about my experience in nail school. So that's pretty much what I'm gonna do in this video. So let's go ahead and get into the video.
I would like to get to know if you could be the kind of girl that you could be down for.
We're just gonna get right into this video. I got my little notes right here. Okay, so we're gonna start it off with what school did I go to? I went to Crave Beauty Academy to Manchester here in St. Louis, Missouri. And it's a school, they offer aesthetics, cosmetology, and then they had manicure, like nails. And you could go through the cosmetology program and do nails under that, and also do hair. But I wasn't really into that, and I wasn't really interested in it. I just wanted to do a program that was just strictly nails. So that's why I chose the nail program. So here in Missouri, because I know it's not the same for everybody in every state, but here in Missouri, it's you need 400 hours to get your to be able to go forward with getting your license. So like doing your state boards and all that, and to get your license, but you need 400 hours. My course was supposed to take 3 months because like they offered like they offered a full-time program, and they also offered a part-time program. And I did a part-time program because I worked still during the time, and that's why I did the part-time. But the full-time, it would have been quicker to get finished with the program. But the program for me as a part-time student, it was supposed to take 3 months, but I did end up having to take a leave of absence, like a family leave of absence, because my baby, he's my oldest kid. My baby, he's 5. He just turned 6 actually. He is a cancer survivor, and like during that time back then, because when I went to nail school, it was like 3 years ago. Yeah, 3 years ago. I went to nail school 3 years ago. So during that time, my baby had a relapse, and he had to go through radiation. So I had to take off for some months. I had to take off for some months so he can go through the process of getting his radiation. And then after he got done with radiation, probably I still was out for like another, I think I was out 6 months altogether, because I took some extra time, just to be with my baby while he was recovering during the process of getting radiation. And now my baby is healthy. He's been healthy. We're going on 3 years of no signs of new cancer, and him being healthy, and he's just doing so good in school and everything. He's so smart. He's such a character, and he's gonna continue to be that way. He's gonna continue to be healthy, because it's meant for him to be healthy. We are cancer free. Cancer ain't gonna ever come back. Cancer. But yeah. So I did have to take a couple of months off due to that. Because, I mean, if I would have stayed in school during that time, which I wouldn't have, I wouldn't have been concentrating on school or nails or anything of that nature, because I would have been too focused on my baby, on my baby and, his health and all of that. And now that he's healthy and everything's great. Now, they did not offer financial aid. There was no financial aid because in Missouri it needs to be 500 hours for you to be able to get financial aid for it, and our program was only 400 hours, so it was no financial aid. So this was out of pocket. The class, it probably was a little over $3,000 that I paid for school, but I paid monthly. I had like a monthly amount that I would pay for school. So yeah, it was a payment plan that I was put on during nail school. So worth it, because I mean, eventually, like once my clientele get up there, I can make all the money I spent for nail school and then some, So it's always good to invest in yourself, definitely when it's something that you enjoy doing and that you love, I went, for my first few weeks of nail school, I was full-time. I think it was like the first 5 weeks of school, I was full-time, and it was Tuesday through Saturday. Yeah, Tuesday through Saturday. And, Tuesday through Saturday is, because we had a lot of, but we would do, book work. Our book that we, used, it was called Salon Fundamentals of Nails. I'll, put a picture or something of what the book looked like. And I was like, what? Because most people that I hear about, they use the Milady book, but we didn't use that book. It was Salon Fundamentals Nails. Yeah, that's what the textbooks was. The kit was pretty good, but although it was a class that was right before us, and they got rolling bags and all this other type of stuff, and we didn't get to get that stuff. We was like, what? And we never got to get that stuff. They got bags to put their stuff in, and we didn't get bags. We just had to, I would bring my stuff in. I bought a bag on Amazon, one of them big pink, well, my bag is pink, those rolling bags. That's what I would bring to school with me every day. But the kit was pretty good overall. You got acrylics, different kits. You got a nail trainer, and then you got the other nail trainer hand. You got tips. You got CND retention. You got a lot of CND products. We got a couple of Young Nails products. So it was a pretty lit kit, but I still wish we would have got that bag. We never got the bag. So yeah. When I did have to do full-time nail school, I would be there from 9 to 5, Tuesday through Saturday. They did offer daytime and nighttime part-time, and I would do my part-time during the day. And then right after I got out of school, then I would come to work and work the night. I hated my schedule at my job when I went to nail school, because I had to work every Sunday, but it's okay. And what else? Overall, my experience, it was cool. We did 5 weeks in the classroom, to where we would go over skin diseases, nail diseases, all the parts of a nail, the different funguses of the nail. We would go over how to do manicures, and then we would go practice manicures on each other. Then it would be practice pedicures, and then we would do pedicures on each other. And we didn't really do one thing that a lot of people don't know, and they think that you're gonna learn this during nail school, is in nail school they don't teach you how to do nails. They teach you the things that you need to know to pass your state boards, and you don't need to know how to do acrylic nails to pass your state board test. Like, granted, at our state board test, like when we did the part when we actually had to simulate the process of doing certain things, we did have to simulate, putting on a form, and we had to sculpt the nail out. But there was only one nail that we sculpted out, and that was the only time we sculpted out a nail, and we had to put a tip on. But so you don't really need to know. They don't really drill that into you while you in nail school. They drill the sanitation, the skin diseases, the nail diseases, the parts of the nail, the different, all the stuff that you do have to go over when you take your state board test. So that's the stuff that they go over. You're not gonna learn how to do nails. That's why I say every nail tech is self-taught, because the only way to perfect the craft of doing nails, acrylic nails or gel nails, whatever it is that you do, you have to practice that over and over and over. It's not like they could have taught us and it was like, oh my God, I know how to do nails. No. So that's something that's a craft that you have to get better with by repetition and doing it over and over and over and over again. Shoot. When I was in nail school, once, like after the 5 weeks of nail school, and then we went on the floor, the salon floor, so where we would actually like take clients and stuff like that. But most of our clients wasn't coming to get acrylic nails either. So it's like, the only time you did acrylic nails is if you had like a friend or a family member come up there to make an appointment so you can do their nails and do their acrylic nails. One thing though, I wish that I would have started to build my clientele when I was in nail school. I really wish I would have. Because like now, it's a struggle trying to build that clientele. And I gotta, figure out different ways that I can build my clientele, Because I'm not trying to work here where I work at for the rest of my life. I'm really not. I done gave this place 5 years of my life. I want to do nails full time. That's what I love to do. It's what I enjoy. It's my escape. And I don't want to be here. I'd rather be doing nails. So I'm working towards building my clientele right now so that in the near future I can be a full-time nail technician. Because working for somebody else, it ain't me. At least not for me. Maybe for other people, but for me, I don't like it. It's real ghetto, so no. I don't enjoy it at all. How sometimes, certain places, like they it was good for you during that time, but now you feel like it's time for you to grow and move on from it. That's how I feel about this place. So, we working towards full-time nail technician, being my own boss, making my own hours, and not have to worry about working up somebody else's hours, or if I want to take a vacation, no, you can't take your PTO because this person took PTO and stuff. Like, I'm not trying to be dealing with that. I'm trying to do what I love, travel with my kids and my family, and do things that I enjoy, and do things on my time, not somebody else's time. So yeah. Anyways, I think I got all off topic. Back to nail school. So when we did our book work in nail school, I know this is probably all over the place, but you'll get it. This is my experience. It kind of was all over the place. But after every section of the book, we would do a test that we would have to do. So there was a test that we had to take. So it was like all these different tests after every section of the book. We also did a mock state board, like where they went through the whole process of what exactly, pretty much word for word, what you're gonna have to go through when you take your state boards. That it was beneficial because I knew what to expect, and it wasn't like, whoa, what do I expect from it? Because they told you what to expect from it, and they taught you what you needed to know to pass your state boards. So we would have a test after every section. After our 5 weeks, we went out onto the floor. We would take clients. We did not have clients every day. One thing about the nail school environment, I feel like I just had so much time just to be creative. It's like you're in a creative environment. I had so much time just to be creative, just to practice, so much time to just perfect my craft and just do it repetitiously over and over and over again. I loved all the girls I was in nail school with too. A lot of them I follow on Instagram still, and we're still friends, and we still text each other every now and then, you know, still comment on each other's pictures, and everybody doing so good, everybody doing so well. And a lot of us are still like really good friends. And you know, it's good. I enjoy like seeing their journey after nail school, and I know what we went through during nail school. So yeah, I had a lot of downtime. Like in my downtime, I would take out my nail trainer and practice any type of design or any type of thing that I felt like I needed to practice on at that time. That's what I would practice. And if a client came in, if it was a walk-in, I would take the client. But most of the clients were older people. They didn't get acrylic nails. They either got gel manicures or just dry, or just with gel manicures, which are dry manicures, or wet manicures when they just get polished on their regular fingers. And then they also got pedicures. So that's what I did, either feet or gel manicures. It was never putting on acrylic nails while I was at school. We did we did trade services with some of the other people who were there, because you had estheticians and cosmetology people as well. So we would trade services sometimes, or we would like practice stuff on each other. So yeah, that's what we would do in our time. And they don't teach you how to do nails. You was pretty much on your own for the most part. Like after the 5 weeks in school, in the classroom and just doing the book work and stuff, you was pretty much on your own. You was pretty much there to fend for yourself and just learn what you learned. So I feel like we taught each other. We taught each other a lot in nail school. And we learned a lot from each other in nail school. But I really, really, really wish I would have built my clientele while I was in nail school. I'm gonna keep saying that, because building clientele is something that I'm still struggling with, baby. And we 3 years licensed, baby. Going on 3 years licensed. And I'm still struggling with trying to build my clientele. Just mainly probably because I work full time, and my hours at this job, I'm here from like 1:30 to 10, so it's like in the middle of the day. So like, when do you do appointments? You know what I'm saying? And I'm only off like one day during the week, and then every other weekend I'm off. So it's hard to build a clientele because I spend so much of my time here at work. I really honestly feel, and I've been feeling it deep within my heart and soul, and something just keeps telling me I need to go part-time so that I can dedicate more time to what I actually enjoy, to what I really like doing, because, you know, this takes up too much of my time, and I don't have the time. You know, I'll be having the time that I want to do nails, you know, to build the clientele, to take clients and all that. I really wish I would have started that in nail school, because I probably would have been part-time here already. But we're working towards that. We are definitely working towards that. What do we want to talk about now? State boards. Okay. With state boards, we, in our kit that we got, it came with like a little thing that we needed for state boards. Because in state boards here in Missouri, you have to use odorless monitor. So we were given the odorless monitor and all the little small things in like this plastic case for us to put aside for when we took our state boards. But it was like 2 parts to my state board test. The first part, I had to take like a multiple choice question test. And pretty much if you studied your book, if you went over the stuff that you did in the book, then pretty much it was a pretty easy test for the most part, you know. And then the second part of the test, we had to actually simulate the process of doing nails. Like we had to come with our bags packed, like everything, and I had everything separated in like 3 different bags because it was like 3 different parts to the test. The first part of the test, we had to use a red polish, and then we had to paint our mannequin's hand with the red polish, just so that they can see, you know, how well you polish, if you got polish all over the place and all of that. So that was the first part. We did that. And then after they went around, you know, checked everybody, scored everybody on that part, then we had to remove the red gel polish. And then when you were done, you had to turn a hand towards them. So they go over that and see how well you did with removing the polish. Then after that, we did have to put on it. The next part was putting on a nail tip. It was like putting on a nail tip and, you know, blending it with the nail. You know how you gotta blend the tip so you can blend in the tip with the natural nail. You had to do that on the test. And then you had to after that, then you had to use your form, and you had to sculpt a nail on whichever finger it was that they said they wanted you to sculpt the finger on. You did that. Then the last part was like a blood spill exposure. So pretty much the steps that you take and the things that you do when somebody get cut or somebody gets injured during the service that they're getting. So that was the test. That was the test that we did. And you got your scores right away. You know if you passed or failed, because as you were walking out the door, they gave you the paper that they had already scored you and everything on it. So you know if you passed or you failed. Now when you in nail school, you get a student license. So you still have this student license when you're doing that part. But then once you pass, then you wait for your regular license to come in the mail. So yeah, that was that. Anything else about nail school that I didn't really speak too much on? It was a cool environment. I enjoyed it, but I just don't want people to expect to go in there and not knowing nothing, and all of a sudden go in there and you know how to do acrylic nails, because that is not going to happen. You have to do that. You have to learn that on your own. And what else? I think that's pretty much gonna sum up this video. Yeah, that was my nail school experience. It was cool. I enjoyed it. It was worth it. I got a lot of, I learned a lot. I got a lot of new friends from it that I'm still friends with, and I don't doubt it at all. And I'm glad I went ahead and took that step to go ahead and get my license, because I enjoy doing it. And you know, why not get licensed and get paid to do it? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's gonna sum up this video. I just want to thank y'all so much for watching, tuning in to me, for subscribing, you know, for following my social medias. Like, I appreciate y'all so much, because this is all very new to me, and I'm learning this, and y'all coming along with me on the ride, and I appreciate y'all so much for that. And I'm just grateful. I'm just grateful for all the followers I have now, all the followers to come, and for this journey overall. And on that note, I will catch y'all in the next one. Bye, y'all.